Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word, your daily dose of English vocabulary. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we explore another fascinating word. Our word of the day is cease. Cease is a C1 level verb that means to bring to an end or stop. It signifies the termination of an action, process, or condition. It is a rather formal word, often used in official or literary contexts. So, when do we use cease? We use it when we want to express the ending of something, often permanently or definitively. It suggests a more complete or formal stopping than simply stop. Think of it as a more emphatic way to say end. Let's look at some synonyms. A good synonym for cease is stop. For example, instead of saying the rain will cease soon, we can say the rain will stop soon. Another synonym is halt. Production will halt until further notice is similar to saying production will cease until further notice. We can also use terminate. The contract was terminated due to unforeseen circumstances is equivalent to saying the contract was ceased due to unforeseen circumstances, though terminated usually applies to agreements or processes. How about the word discontinue? We could say the company will discontinue this line of products, which is similar to saying the company will cease this line of products. Now, let's explore some antonyms, words that mean the opposite of cease. One antonym is begin. Instead of saying the fighting must cease, we could say the fighting must begin to be resolved, or, more directly related, the discussions to end the fighting must begin. Another antonym is start. Instead of the noise did not cease until late at night, we could say the noise did not start until late at night, changing the context. We could also use continue. If we don't want something to cease, we want it to continue. Instead of saying the investigation will cease, you could say the investigation will continue. Another antonym is commence. While cease means to stop, commence means to start or begin. Instead of saying all operations will cease at 5 p.m., you could say all operations will commence at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Yet another suitable antonym is initiate. They decided to initiate new peace talks is the opposite of saying they decided to cease all diplomatic efforts. Now, let's see how we can use cease in everyday life. While cease isn't a word you might use in casual conversation with friends, it appears in news reports, formal announcements, and literature. You might hear someone say the company issued a cease and desist order, which is a legal term. You might read, all hostilities must cease immediately. It's often used in serious contexts involving endings or terminations. Here are some more examples in sentences and phrases. The construction work had to cease due to inclement weather. Negotiations ceased after the breakdown in talks. The rain finally ceased, and the sun emerged. A ceasefire agreement was reached between the warring factions. The company will cease operations at the end of the fiscal year. Let's look at more phrases. A common phrase is cease to exist, meaning to no longer exist. Many species have ceased to exist due to habitat loss. Another possible phrase is cease and desist, which, as mentioned before, is a legal term. They received a cease and desist letter from the company's lawyers. Cease all non-essential activity could be a command given in an emergency. Let's quickly recap. Cease is a C1 level verb meaning to bring to an end or stop. Synonyms include stop, halt, terminate, and discontinue. Antonyms include begin, start, continue, commence, and initiate. It's a formal word often used in official or literary contexts. That brings us to the end of today's episode. I hope you found it helpful. Remember, expanding your vocabulary is a journey, and every new word you learn brings you closer to fluency. Thank you for tuning in to Hello Word. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to our podcast and leave a review. Your support helps others discover our show and continue their English learning journey. As a fun exercise, create your own sentence using the word cease and share it as a comment under the video. Until next time, keep learning and keep exploring the wonderful world of words.